Hi everyone, Sam M1 here again with AEP 800 class, mod 15, the 5 tech videos sharing web-based tools that we can use in the classroom and anywhere else. Third video, I'm going to share with you guys a cool program that a lot of people probably heard about. It's Dropbox. Dropbox is a file sharing cloud-based file system where you could store any of your files, upload anything that you want to save from your computer, be it pictures, Word documents, PDFs, things like that, photos. I think I already said that. And it might seem a little basic. Yeah, it's just a storage site, but it can be a great tool to use in your classroom if you're using some of the tools that Dropbox gives you. Okay, so why I select this resource, it can be a great place to save things for your classroom, be a great place for digital things to be stored for your class, be it projects, even discussions, anything that students need to turn into if they're working on a computer, on a phone. It could be a great storage place that's free. So that's one of the best parts. The purpose of this, my goal was to have just another way that my students can be responsible, to have another area that they could save their documents, save their work to, and also to have a shared space where we could view things together and kind of collaborate on any projects, collaborate on any papers. The sharing aspect is a great another level that I'll get into that Dropbox offers. My intended audience is my students, but Dropbox is available to anybody. If you've probably been looking at my screen while I've been rambling on, I definitely use Dropbox for my personal use. I use it for games. I use it for movies. I send episodes of Game of Thrones to my buddies. So you could use it definitely for a lot of different personal things. You can actually access Dropbox on like the Amazon Fire TVs, the Fire Sticks, and you can do a lot of cool things with app files and players through that. So it definitely has a lot of uses, Dropbox, but for our educational use, definitely the intended audience were my students. The IST standards that this goes through, TCK1 and ISTE 3B. Okay, so Dropbox, I'm not going to go through just you signing up for an account. It's just like most web-based things. You give your username, password, and they give you access to the site. It's totally free. You don't even need a credit card or anything like that, which is awesome. Once you sign up, they give you a home page pretty much like this. Mine's a little bit fuller. It'll be, when you first sign up, it'll be empty. It won't really have folders. But as you go into Dropbox, let me go back, you can start filling it with really anything. So you fill it by creating folders. You really don't have to, but if you want things organized and not spread all over the place, you can create a folder. So I'll just label this video project and create one by going over here to the new folders. Okay, and in that folder, when you click on it, it will display anything that's in it, just like any other computer folder. So let's put something in it. I'll go to my documents. I have a PDF right here. Let's go back. There we go. You can just click and drag right into it, and let's see, it's right there. So this is actually a PDF that I'm using for another one of my graduate classes, and say I wasn't on the computer that just put the file into Dropbox. If I was somewhere else, I could click right on this file and open it up. Really cool. There's the PDF, and it actually opens it up on the Dropbox site, which is cool. Okay, so that's kind of the basic way you could put files into your box, and that's kind of the simplest way to use Dropbox. At first, I just put school files in it. This has all of my lesson plans and have worksheets. And nowadays with cloud storage and web-based storage, they have like 3 or 4 different places that I've stored all my stuff, but it never hurts to have a backup. So I do use Google Drive. All of this same stuff's on Google Drive. I have, flash drives full of all of my worksheets and things like that, but it never hurts to have a backup. And so this is, again, another simple and a great way to use Dropbox. But let's get to the cool part. You can go to sharing. So everybody has this option. You can have a spot to share things with students. So if I wanted to create a shared folder, I'd go over to this little blue box, click it, and create. You can actually use an existing one, which let's just do that for our purposes. So I go down to our video project one that had my PDF from before, click next, and then I could put in people's email, or if they're already on Dropbox, I could look up their name. So if your students have an email account through the school, you can invite them to share, things like that. Or if they're already on Dropbox, you can look it up by username. You could even, if it's like a Word document or things like that, you could even let them edit it. So a really cool part about that is you could put up like a Word document, label it a discussion post, and just kind of like how we do in the class, we can have discussions on things that we've learned, get opinions and things like that. So the sharing aspect of Dropbox is really cool. That's something that I think could really open up some different areas of discussion. We talked about how, when sometimes students type, or when they're not face to face, when they're using a computer screen, sometimes they'll open up more. So I think this would be a great way to do that. So Dropbox, check it out. Just go to dropbox.com. It's a really, really cool place for storage, but also for sharing.